Web 2.0 is associated with particular types of applications like blogging and also social networking sites like Facebook. And also more recently there's Twitter, which is a micro blogging site. And before blogging became mainstream or popular, I think it was really in early 2003, 2004, the era was known as Web 1.0, and that era was more about basically websites were hard for people to use, so you had to be technically competent, or you had to be a part of an organisation that had an IT team to actually be running and setting up a website. But Web 2.0 is an era that allows, or it describes technologies that allow people to actually produce information. So they put up information on their blog sites or on their Facebook profiles, and so it's more about not just consuming information but also producing information, and also forming networks, social networks online. I don't know if you've heard of this term, digital natives. Yeah, okay, so it's sort of basically it's a marketing term to describe a certain generation who have grown up using these digital technologies, and so are very comfortable with them. I'm what's called a digital immigrant, and people older than me, in the sense that when I was in my early 20s, I wasn't, there wasn't Facebook. There was the internet, but there wasn't the web. There seems to be this difference. From my generation and people older than me, we don't feel the need to put our lives online. People are putting too much of their lives into online. The thing is that you don't own the data, and you can't always guarantee that the data's going to be there. Increasingly, people are spending their lives online. They're interacting socially online. They're seeking political information. They're participating in the political process. They are consuming online, and so businesses and other groups, and politicians included, realise that that's where the people are going, so they need to be making sure that they have an appropriate web presence to be able to reach the markets that they're interested in. So there's a lot of work being done on establishing appropriate web presences to ensure that the messages are getting out. Social behaviour is remarkably resilient to different types of technologies. There are researchers who know a lot more about this than myself, who've done work into looking at the impact of different communication technologies on patterns of social behaviour. And if even the introduction of the telephone actually didn't make a huge difference to the way people interact and the way people form communities, and I would argue that the telephone was a much more fundamental technology than the internet in some ways. Now people just Google things, and it's not just academics, but it's students and also increasingly people who are not necessarily studying these topics. I mean, it's Google is a primary source of information. I don't know what I would do if I weren't able to kind of jump on Google and find out things. One night I was working, and Google went down for like 10 hours. There was some technical hitch, and I couldn't do anything for like an hour because I was in the middle of searching things, and it really it made me think, well, I'm so dependent on Google and my broadband connection, so it troubles me personally, but at the same time it's just the reality of my life. So I think it's had a big impact on people's information seeking behaviour. While previously we would have gone to the library, or we would have gone and looked in books on our on our bookshelves, now we go online.